Hey guys, it's Core Ross, and today we're looking at some 3D printed official Rainbow Six Siege merchandise, and this stuff is freaking cool. So I received a big box with Fragile on the side of it that was sent by Integral Reality Labs, and this company 3D prints figurines for the Ubisoft store. So after going through many layers of packaging, it was incredibly well packaged, and the figurines were actually encased in this protective layer of foam and cardboard that was all glued together. So in the unboxing process, I took my time here. So what I did is, of course, untied them from this side. And these metal ties are rubberized as well, so they're even soft too. So very well packaged. I gotta say, this is probably the best packaging I've seen on any kind of thing I've been received ever. It is very well done. And it got here all the way from America to Scotland in very good condition. And as I slowly unbox this, because I'm going to take my time, I'll let you know that unfortunately these are only purchasable right now in America and Canada. But I'm very lucky to have got sent them to checkout. And hopefully in the future they do expand to other territories. But I can see why. So these are actually made locally in the United States on the latest state-of-the-art 3D printers that are full color. So the actual figurines come out complete without having to obviously paint them. And it means you can just use direct game assets, where normally figurines will have like faces that don't quite match the reality of the game. This is actually using those assets and it ends up looking really freaking good, as you'll see. And I also love the technology side of this as well, because I would love to sit down and just play around with 3D printers if I had the time and the money to do it. But anyway, let's actually take a look at them. So first up, we have Capita with his crossbow. And if you're like me and you first look at this, you go, wow, that actually looks like his in-game model. Just, it obviously is, but still it's weird to take it out of a computer game and into reality. And then we have our pink smoke in his April Fool's onesie, but we also have the elite smoke as well, which looks very cool. But we've also got in the packaging a mini Finca, which again has been 3D printed, so it comes out looking like this, which is cool. But we're going to go back and actually take a very close look now at Capital. And I hope you guys have the same first reaction that I did, which is, wow, he looks exactly like Capital. It's as if I actually reached into the monitor, pulled him right out, and had a physical representation of him. And now, of course, it is the actual in-game 3D model, so I'm sure there's a lot of like actual tweaking and stuff you have to do to bring it over to then become an actual usable model for 3D printing. But the fact that it just looks like him is so cool, because I'm so used to figurines not looking like their actual characters and being a little bit off, whereas this just looks exactly like him. You can even see that there's a hole actually going through the sight of his crossbow as well, so the amount of detail is just crazy. And in places you can also see the 3D printing lines as well, although I like that. It gives me an idea of how it was constructed. But I'm amazed. Like, obviously when you're 3D printing, you need a lot of support material and stuff like that. So I don't know how the hell they print something as delicate as the crossbow, for instance, without any visible support kind of structure being removed. And these models do go through like an actual process of quality control, and there's probably a little bit of touching up here and there to be done, but I can't see anywhere that was attached to a support structure or anything like that. It's just pretty much perfect, and that is kind of cool to be that far along with 3D printing these days. But anyway, let's move on to our pink smoke. So yeah, this guy is crazy, and I bet there's a lot of people who would absolutely love to have this one actually. And you can see that it's quite a good one to actually pick, because it's got a lot of furry elements that amazingly come through quite well on the 3D print, especially of course on the head. And his pink weapon there just completing the entire freaking look. So yeah, if you want a pink smoke, you can get him. However, we can go for something different, and that is actually the elite smoke. This is insane. Like, look at the little tube coming out of his mask there. That is amazing. And this one is a medium size, whereas the Capital one over there and the other smoke one are large in size. But yeah, and this one's actually really hard to see the print lines on. So the print lines on his white shirt are just impossible to see. I can't actually see them at all, but I can see them on his legs. But yeah, again, this looks exactly like the in-game representation. The hair looks really freaking good. And look at the clarity between the black and the white lines. That is amazing that is getting printed in full color and there's not really much of a bleed over at all. It all looks incredibly sharp. But talking about sharp, let's move on to the little mini finger, because this one to me is actually the most impressive out of them all because it's tiny, but the detail is still there. And again, the fact that this is getting printed in full color and you're seeing the black and the white not in any way kind of merge. You can also see how big this is. So this is a USB-C connector there, and it's about the same size as her head. And yeah, the detail is still there. Her hair looks incredible. And when I turn her around, you'll actually see the strap for her mask going through her hair. And again, it's kind of amazing that that detail stands out. Even the texture of the back of her head as well for that hair. Really impressive. And it's nice again not to have a like seam where there would be a mold in other ways of creating figures like these. So yeah, this is really freaking cool. So I guess we should actually talk about how you go about buying one of these, because you can actually customize your actual figures. So you can go online, you can actually customize the headgear, uniform, position, you can choose weapon skins, different loadouts, and pretty much make your own character. Now, there's a limited selection and there is also a very limited amount of outfits for them. I expect it's because you have to actually transfer over the 3D files from the game and convert them into something that's usable for 3D printing. So there's probably a good chunk of work that has to go in from members of staff in order to actually get that converted over to be usable. But there is a good selection of operators right now and a good chunk of different options for those operators, including elite uniforms as well. And there'll be more in the future. There's also a limited time availability for Halloween cosmetics. So if you want to, you can pick up some Halloween style stuff that may never return in this 3D printed form in the future. So they might be pretty limited edition. There's also a very good size chart too for the options you have, so you can go for the minifigures, small, medium or large. And for me here, I have the minifigure, then I have a medium, and then the two larges. So this gives you a good idea of what they all look like. But I don't have a small one to comparison, but you can get the idea of how big that would be. And even the bases are customizable, so you can actually get them in different sizes and you can customize with different text. So for instance, I have one here that says Core Ross on it, which is cool to have. And then finally, you actually get an important leaflet as well that goes over how to take care of them. And it's important to probably say that you should not have them in direct sunlight. They shouldn't be played with, and of course collectibles. And you should not clean them with any chemicals. You should just dust them. They should need no other kind of work to keep them in good condition. So leave them be, and yeah, they should do you very, very well. And I'm very happy to have a few of these in my possession now, so that is sweet. Now, if you want to actually buy one of these, there is a link in the description below which will take you to the store. I'm not affiliated or anything like that. I'm not getting any kind of kickback. I'm just getting the opportunity to check these out. And considering I can't buy them in my country, then it's definitely a win-win for me. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think of these, and I will leave you with some high quality photos that you guys can check out, and just let me know what you think of the quality of these figures.